Gentle steps.
We're back.
Ladies and gentle steps.
We're back twice, apparently. We're back. Where is that sound coming from?
And gentle steps.
We're back twice, apparently.
Ah, because I have this still open.
Where is that?
There it is. I'm back. I'm alive. Hi. How are we all doing? Sorry, this desk is a fucking mess. Hi. I'm Sam, the fat middle-aged man. And today, we're playing Aurora. I've missed this game. This is Aurora 4X. It is a free space simulation explorer. What is it? Explore, exploit, expand, and exterminate. 4X game. Basically, Steve will love this. It's kind of like Stellaris without the graphical complexity, but with a hell of a lot more depth and detail, granularity. It's an amazing game. We'll get into it. I've not played it for quite a number of years, so I'm going to be learning some new things as well. Just this so I can hear my own voice, so I'm not shouting at you. Right, you'll have to forgive me because it's been a long time since I streamed. Let me just check the audio on this 1 second. You're going to hear me twice again. Just let me unmute that. Check the audio on this 1 second. You're going to hear me twice again. Just let me unmute that. No, that sounds okay, I think. I mean, apart from the fact that it's my voice. My voice is awful. So yeah, we're back. We haven't streamed in a very long time. I don't think I've even posted a video in a very long time. Last time I posted a video was 171 days ago, according to YouTube analytics. And the last live... Okay, there's some... I must have tested something yesterday. But our last live before that was the 15th of Jan 2024, which is insane. It's a very long time ago. And obviously, normally, we'd be streaming Space Engineers. But today, that is not on the cards. Today, we are streaming Aurora 4X. We're going to start a brand new game. I'm not going to go through how to download and install it because there's a bit of an issue with that at the minute. I think they've just... The old website's currently down. The new website's up. I'll put all of the links for downloading the game into the description. I should have done that already, but I have not. Can I do that now real quick? You guys don't mind. You guys don't mind because you're awesome. Aurora, new forums. Let's grab this. Description. Update. New Aurora. If I do this in a way that I can actually type the correct words, that would be helpful. Doobie-doo. And then I think that's all you need. Actually, you just need the forum link. So on the forum, let me bring this over here. So if you do want to play, you can go to the forum, which I've just put in the description, and you can go down to installation files, full installation, and there's instructions everywhere. Aurora Steve is the guy who's built this pretty much by himself, as far as I know, and done an amazing job. So the this is still fairly new and a work in progress. The old forums had quite a lot on there, but this one's it's coming up. It's going to get a lot more updated soon. There's a wiki and everything now. It's coming along. So I'll keep that up on the screen actually, just in case we need to reference anything. Now, one of the things Aurora has that a lot of games don't have, when it comes to well, a lot of games that you stream nowadays, like you could just stream the screen or stream the application, but Aurora is actually like multiple windows and all that sort of stuff. Like these are separate instances on my hotbar at the bottom. I've got everything shrunk down, and I've got everything, sorry, enlarged, not shrunk down. I've got the window enlarged for a reason, because if I do this, nope. If I break your immersion for a second and I go to this, in the scene, just like that. Oh yeah, on there you can see the green screen. So this monstrosity behind me. Is that? What is that? Oh, it's the microphone. Okay, that is fine. Do. What was I doing? I need that. I need. Do I need that? I don't need that anymore. I do need the live stream session. We need that. We need that. And we need to be in the new game screen, which is over here. Okay, so we are going to start a brand new game. I don't know. I'm looking over here because that's where my face is. But you're there, so I'm going to try and pay attention to you a little bit more. Right, so we're going to create a brand new game. I created this new test thing yesterday just so that, just to play around with it. So we're going to start a brand new game. This campaign, what name did I give it? Echoes in the Dark. We are going to play as the humans. We're going to play sort of. Well, we're gonna find out how we're gonna play. We're gonna play a very obviously science-heavy game in the beginning because we're gonna be exploring our home system. This is our home system. There's a lot going on, and we're also gonna be doing this in a conventional game. What's going on there? That's fine. Let's go through these settings. I think most of these settings are fine. I think the only ones I wanted to change, I'm going to change this. NPR generation chance by player. I'm going to drop that down to 10%. So this is when you go through the... Are they called hypergates? When you warp to a new system, there's like a 10% chance that a non-player race, NPR, will spawn there. Now, I'm not sure, actually. That is actually... I think there's a 10% chance that a non-player race will spawn on a world that meets the eligibility criteria of a new player race. Which I think is it's got to have, like, oxygen. It's got to have certain other parameters, a certain size. But I think if there's no planet in the system that meets that specifications, then they won't spawn anyway. So, but obviously in that case we just found a blank system. NPR generation chance by NPR. So once we find NPRs, what is the chance that they will come across other NPRs? I'm going to leave that at 10%. So it will scale up. Yeah, it will scale up one. Let's drop it down to 5. NPR base, exploration transits, whatever. Don't know what any of that is. That's fine. Right, so we're gonna keep known star systems, constellation names, orbital motion for planet and asteroids. Yeah. We are going to generate precursors. We're going to generate. Are we going to generate Star Swarm? I don't think we're going to generate Star Swarm. Invaders. Yeah, we're not going to do these. I think these. So Rakas are the planet-bound species. So that could be quite interesting. Ether Raiders we're going to keep on. Ancient Relics, yeah, that's fine. NPRs generate precursors. Star Swarm, okay, we don't want them doing that. No, we don't want that. Realistic Commander promotions, yes. I'm going to enable limited research administration. Scientists will start with 20% of their normal research administration capacity, and admin increases via experience will be for 1 or 2 facilities only. So this is to make research a bit slower. Because it does tend to get like insanely quick, and all you do is spend time in the research screen going between things otherwise, which is fine. But I think early doors we're going to be quite basic. We're going to be starting like as a kind of conventional start anyway. Inexperienced fleet penalties, yeah, that's fine. Commander political bonuses, will turn that on. All jump points are stable, no. Maintenance on. Civilian shipping lines, civilian mines, harvesters, tech from conquest, eccentric orbits. Yeah, that's fine. That's okay. Right, so the new game's starting year will be 2050. There will be 1 player race. We are going to have 0 starting non-player races. We'll just discover them as we go along. Minimum jump points, 0's fine. Yeah, 0's fine. Actually, no, let's put 6. No, let's put 0. Just go with random. It's fine. Earth mineral deposits is normal. Minimum NPR distance in light years. There's no tooltip for that one. Oh, there is for maximum. Applies only to non-star games. This is the maximum distance from Sol at which NPR home systems will be generated. Okay. So we'll set that as, like, we want them a fair distance away from home. So let's do 50 to 120. Playing on systems for Star Swarms. We're not having Star Swarms anyway. We aren't... well, we are having Ether Raiders. I'm not sure if they're the same as... yeah, let's put that at, like, 20. Invaders, we're not going to have anyway. Okay, that's fine. Customer add Planet X. Yeah, we'll add that in there. Right, okay, so this is our new game start settings. Let's put that in some place you can see. About there. We're going to create this game, and it's going to ask us to create our race. Just like that. It's got the good old British flag there. Right, I'm just going to call these guys humans. Race title, human. Homeworld name is Earth. We are going to be an industrial race to begin with. And that's fine. System themes. There is a system theme section somewhere. Not here yet. For some reason it's removed 40 hours. What? Humans are barely nowhere. That doesn't work. You can't get me with that. That doesn't work here. Why is it removed 40 hours? Let me have a look. And oh yeah, 3918. Why has it done this? Okay, well I'll do I'm off work today, tomorrow, and Friday. So if you're still rat catching tomorrow, I'll jump on City Skylines all day and we'll get that back up. And then there's no way they can get rid of it. Well, I don't know why, unless one of them's still recalculating. 3965. Yeah, yesterday I saw that. Yeah, I went down to 36. Went up to. Don't know. Weird. Weird. Right, system themes. Whose systems are we gonna use? Oh, you're free tomorrow, so you'll be live tomorrow. Nice. Okay, that's good. I'll be there tuning in. I'll be cheering you on, sir. All the way. System theme, Knights Templar. Okay, so to explain, if anyone's not seen this, if you're new to this, basically these are just dictionaries of names and words that the game uses when it's randomly determining things. So system themes, there's a group of system themes here. So let's do hippie. Nice. Let's do let's do Terran Federation. Oh, Warhammer. No, let's do Warhammer. Class theme. Again, I think there's a group for class theme. Yep. I think there's probably a Warhammer class theme as well, isn't there? There is. Okay. Let's use the Warhammer themes wherever we can. Rank Warhammer. Name themes. Warhammer again. Name themes. I think this is the names of your troops and stuff. Your captains and your generals and all that. Well, so the rank themes is your captain, your general, your commodore. Your name themes is like the bucket that it pulls from for names. So that's going to be interesting. Okay. Now, as for the rest of this, we should possibly change this. Although I do kind of like most of what it's got. I don't like the ship hull. So it does give you a bunch of ship hulls to choose from. It gives you a bunch of everything to choose from. It's completely set up. Now, a lot of these ships are from various sci-fi TV shows, films, games. I think it's currently given us that one, hasn't it? No, it's given us this one. Oh, I love you too, sir. I love you too. I love you so much. Where the fuck? So this is going to be... This literally is just aesthetic. This is the only bit of graphical stuff you've got to choose from. So this is like... This is essentially what my ships will look like on the battlefield. Not the battlefield, the Empire map. I'll show you that later on. Let's pick this red one. This red one's quite cool. It stands out of it. Oh, the orange one though as well. I like the orange one. Let's go for that. This is our space station. So if we have one that will stand out. There's nothing really that stands out. It's picked that one. I think I prefer this one. I'll be honest. This one actually, yeah, this one's nice. Let's go for that. Change the image. So this is our species. We're sticking with human. I think they're mostly at the bottom. we do have some interesting choices here. I think I'm going to go for my old favourite, which is the old General Kenobi. And as for the flag, we are going to change the flag, but I am going to do that over on this screen because there are some flags that I probably shouldn't have on my first stream back in 2 years in this list. So we are going to pick, we're going to pick this one because its colour matches the UI colour. And I think that's it. The rest of these settings here are fine by default. We're going to start with a population of 1,000 million, so 1 billion people. Yeah, I think that's okay. Why is Ben in this game? Yeah, it's Ben. There's a ton of people in the people list. Can bring that over. You go down. I think there's. Where is he? Where is he? There's Commander Worf. There's Queen Amidala. There's that guy from DS9. What's he called? Udon Noodle or something. I can't remember his name. Odo. Possibly, I can't remember. Darth Vader. Woo! Oh yeah, this guy. Han Solo. Captain Kirk. Actually, that's quite a good picture there. I quite like that. And then you've got all these freaking sci-fi alien people as well. There's some seriously talented artists behind all of these. I think we're gonna go for good old Captain Kirk. Bit of William Shatner. So we're starting with 1 billion people. We have 2 shipyards, 16 research facilities. We're just doing conventional industry at the minute. We'll have to build up our trans-Newtonian industry once we unlock it. I'm way down on the seat here. I need to sit up. There we go. Right, so that is it for the setup. So let's click Create Race. And that is going to start up our game. Just going to wipe my current test save there. Okay. Okay, there's a little bit of jittering here where my green screen is not quite being keyed out, but it's fine. I'm just going to live with it for now. Don't bring race into this. Oh, you race person. In fact, speaking of race, let's actually, because I saw someone do this the other day, and it's not something I realized what it was. So when you're going through setting up your game, there's a bunch of stuff that you can change and customize. It's jittery, but can I tell? Install NVIDIA background remover. That's what it was, right? Okay, I was looking for that. I couldn't remember what you said it was called. I'll remember that. I'll put it down. Right, so these name themes here actually pop up here. Now, we've currently got it set to Warhammer 40,000, and if we go into our list of commanders, we will see all of these people, and these are kind of like, this is a pretty good split, actually, of names. I might just leave it as that. But what I saw yesterday on a video was some guy had basically put in a bunch of extra options, which I didn't know you could do. I didn't know you could put in extras. So you add in all of the names that you want, or all of the buckets of names that you want, for example. And whenever new people are picked, they'll be picked from these lists. And then you can adjust the let's just do French. You can adjust the weights of it. So at the minute they're all set to 100 weight, which he's adding all of those up, dividing it by how many there are. So everyone's got a 14% chance of being picked. I'll just leave it as that. I think the Warhammer 40k names are pretty diverse anyway, so it should be okay. Our academies, though, what we probably need to do is change the level. So at the minute we're producing 10,000 crewmen and junior officers per, I think that's per year. But we're only training them at level 1, so we're getting a lot of quantity but not much quality. So I'm going to put this at 3, which cuts that into a third, but it gives us potentially higher training levels. So we're going to leave that as that. Next, we probably need this screen open again just to have a look at our scientists. Oh yeah, we need to also assign a governor of Earth. So if we go into our industry section here, we can see here, this is our current conventional industry. We don't have a governor or a sector governor yet, so we're just getting normal bonuses for that. Same on industry, same on basically same on everything. So the wealth here gets adjusted by your governor potential. So what we need is, if we go to, is it this one? Governor. We can manually assign it, which we're going to do for Earth. But on some other ones we can auto assign it, and just we can choose what we want to assign. So I think for Earth we'll just keep it manually assigned. Assign governor vacancies. What is a governor vacancy? Interesting. I'm assuming it's because we've got different roles here that they can fill. So for our governor, we are going to pick a civil administrator, and we're going to click on Earth, and we want, let's have a think, what do we want? We probably want to focus first on population growth. We then want mining, and probably wealth creation. And then just for the last one, just for interest, let's just do shipbuilding. So, we need a level 3 administrator at least. So let's just filter that to level 3s. And actually, instead of shipbuilding, let's put their administration level so we can see what actual level they are. So we have Lucas Gordian, who has the highest population growth boost, but has nothing in mining or wealth creation. Which, I mean, he's only up by... This guy's actually got 5% more generally between population growth and mining. 5% is a decent amount, though. What else does this guy do? This guy also does shipbuilding, production, ground construction, and logistics. So actually, he's pretty good. What's this guy? Mining production. I'm looking up here, by the way, for that. So he's got all of these bonuses, which is pretty good. He's 26, in excellent health. That's good. What was that? Aggressive, ambitious, results-orientated, war game enthusiast. Okay, so he's kind of a dick, but we'll see. Josiah Vandis. Vandis? Nah. Ground construction. Okay. No. Let's see if there's anything with huge. She's got a good amount of production. Production actually is really... Let's swap. Let's swap wealth creation here for production. Where is it? This one. Van de Shan. Don't you bring his name into it. Okay, so Grigori has 30% in production, but he doesn't have anything in population growth. This guy has 15% in population growth and 15% in production, shipbuilding, and logistics. I think we're going to go with this guy. So we're going to click on Lucas Gordian, click on Earth, and we're going to go assign. So he is now the governor of Earth. We also need a academy commandant, an academy commandant, and they only need to be a level 1. Now the academy commandant, I feel like this is the one. I think if you assign a scientist, then the academy will produce more scientists. And in the beginning of the game, we don't have that many scientists to play. Actually, we've got a few, but we don't have as many as we have like commanders. So, and scientists are more important early game, or at least they are to me. So, academy rating, admin rating 1. That's fine. What is the research and what is the reliability? Actually, we don't care about reliability. That's fine. Now, I think did one just not have research then? Wait, this guy has nothing in research. Well, maybe he's got nothing in research. He's only got 3 labs. He's a power and propulsion. He's a power and propulsion guy. We do need power and propulsion guys. We don't need, right from the off, we don't need a lot of biology and genetics. So let's go with Lucas. Will not listen to advice. Lack of self-esteem, but he is punctual. So we'll have him as the commandant of Earth. Okay, and we're going to automate the rest of the assignments so that ships and stuff get their own captains and crews. That's all good. We've not even taken the first turn yet. So next up, let's have a look at our research. Right, so for our beginning research, we want... Well, ultimately, we want this trans-Newtonian technology. We have no scientists available who are specialists in construction and production, though. So, to fix that, we're going to change the fields of some of these people. Now, I'm thinking, because we don't need a huge amount of people as biology and genetics, I'm going to leave Lucas because he's fine where he is. These percentages are pretty good, though. But where they are, they're kind of useless. So we're going to change the field of this guy. It's going to get rid of 75% of his 30%, which sucks, but we need him in construction production. This research will come back up as he gets promoted, and he'll also gain more research labs as well. Let's move a gun sulfur as well. Yeah, that's fine. Construction production. Missiles. That's. I don't remember there being a missiles group. We'll leave you there. Callistro, we're going to change you because we have nobody in missiles at all. We want kind of one in everybody, at least. Is there any more with 3 in? Oh, we haven't got a ground combat person either. Let's grab you. Power propulsion. We should be fine with 2 in power propulsion. We need an extra 1 in ground combat. Well, we don't need an extra 1 in ground combat. We're going to get an extra 1 in ground combat. Okay. And handily, he was 0 already, so 75% removal of 0 is still 0, so that's fine. So now if we go in here, if we just refresh that, we now have 2 scientists who can work on trans-Newtonian technology. Brilliant. And we have Okay, he can do 4 labs at 8%. And because he's now in this, that 4% is going to get multiplied. So instead of 8%, he's bringing 32% bonus. And obviously, as he levels up, that's going to go higher and higher. And he should get more and more labs. It's going to take... We're currently at the 1st of January 2050. I don't know why I'm looking over there. You're there. And this is going to get completed in September 54. So we have nearly 5 years before that's researched. We do need more stuff from here. We probably should get that Transnewtonian wealth there. Sorry, wealth generation per million Transnewtonian workers. Or is that trillion workers? TN workers. I'm assuming that's Transnewtonian, but I don't know why workers would be Transnewtonian. It's fine. Now, while we're here, we should probably also do some engine research. We haven't unlocked any engine technologies, but the unlocking the bigger hull size engines is going to help us later on. Sensors. Don't need any of that just yet. Ooh, defensive systems. Let's grab the armor tech while it's cheap. How many have we got left? Got 2 facilities left. Logistics, maybe? Oh my. That's been beefed up since last time I came and played this. Let's research missiles. No, we don't need missiles yet. Power propulsion. Let's just say minimum engine modifier 0.4. You can just research that. And you assign new. So as we get more labs, they've got room for more labs. So let's assign new to them. All right. Speaking of new labs, we can build some if we like. Although we should probably have a look at our summary first and see what's going on. So we can see our planetary governor now at the top. And when we get a sector governor, we'll see them here as well. We can see what bonuses they're providing. So our ships are being built 15% faster. Production's being done 15% faster. Ground construction's 5%. Pop growth 15%. So our pop growth here is currently 15% bigger than if we didn't have that governor assigned. Although maybe not right now, maybe once I click go. One thing I know we need to do is we do need to sort our wealth. Because as soon as we start building and researching things, we're going to get expenses. So I think we should probably first and foremost build another couple of financial sectors. How many financial? Although we also do need another academy. We need a bunch of we need everything. It's the start of the game, of course we do. How many financial sectors do we have at the minute? Is the answer to that question just none? Is it in wealth? I'm assuming we have none. We must have one, surely, but whatever. Let's build let's build 10 of those, and we'll build those at 50%. Okay, so that's going to take... That's not too bad. That's only going to take a year and a bit. Okay, let's change that to 25. There we go. We've still got 50% of our production left. Let's build another military academy. Let's do that at 30%. Maybe make these a little bit closer. Maybe do 30? 40? Oh, that's too many. Too many! Take it back! Yeah, it's looking about there, isn't it? 33. 34. No, too far. 32. No, too far the other way. Let's just do 30. Keep it nice and round. Research facilities. We do need more research facilities. We currently have 8, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That's bad maths. 4, 8, 11, 14. No, it's 20. It is 20. This is 16 though. Oh, because he only has 2. Right, okay, so yeah, we got 16. Okay, so let's build another 4. In fact, we got enough. We don't have enough mercasium to build 4 more. Okay, let's just up this to 50 then. Okay, and then we can bring this back down to 20, so they're okay, so they're going to work out about the same. Cool. So in 2.5 years, these will be built. And we're going to get this researched in a 1.5 years. 1.5 years for that. This is going to take 3 months. That's not too bad. Okay. Now for our shipyards, we do want to grow these, but we don't know how big we're going to need them just yet. So I'm just going to, for now, I'm going to add 2,000 to the naval shipyard. Because my first ship's going to obviously be a survey ship. So we can go out and survey all the asteroids, all the moons, all the planets in the solar system. And I think 3,000, we can build a decent ship that has a capacity of 3,000. This is a commercial shipyard, so they're going to be dealing with our freight. I think we need to bump that up quite a bit. I'm just going to do 10,000 for now. We might need to do another 10,000 on top. In fact, I think you can do a continual, can't you? Continual upgrade. And we want to go to, say, 30,000? Yeah. Okay, so we've done a bunch of stuff now. We've created, well, we've queued up a bunch of stuff. So we've queued up this build options. We've queued up our research. We've queued up our shipyard upgrades. Hello? Back in a minute. That sounds like the door. There we go. Apologies. Delivery. Our kettle broke yesterday, so I ordered a new one. And it arrived today, which is beautiful. Friends over there. They get yeeted. Right. So, we've queued up a bunch of stuff. And this is the minerals that we currently have on Earth. These are going to be, while we're building stuff, while we're researching, while we're spending money and other resources, we are also digging them out of the ground. Now, we don't have a huge amount of minerals here, but that's fine. We are currently using less than what we are producing, I think. Yep. So, yeah, let's just go with that and see how we go. Oh, you can reserve stuff now. Cool. Right, so let's set this going. So I'm going to click this so that the timer automatically moves forward. Once we click it, we're going to zoom in nice and close to Earth. We're going to turn events on. That's going to pop up and tell us what has just happened. I don't think there's anything else we need right now. No. No, we'll leave those on for now because it does quite a cool thing when I do this. Whey, look at it all go. Oh. Oh yeah, the first research is completed. That will be our conventional composite armor. And if I double click this, I think, yeah, beautiful. So I'm just going to, what else have we got now in defensive systems? So we've unlocked the next technology in that tree. So we might as well just keep going with that because that's still quite cheap. The research cost on that is nothing. We're going to do that again in another couple of months. So we'll just click this. It's going to do it again. And you can see all of these other events that are happening. As time passes, people are getting promoted, people are getting experience, and obviously we're completing research tasks. Is there any more in that? No. So until we unlock Transnewtonian tech, there's nothing else we can do in defensive systems. Done kind of on that. That's already doing. Let's do something that's going to take quite a while. Let's do... okay, let's do science department. You and you. Go. Okay. And then run. And that's going to take a little bit longer. But it's going to complete quite quickly because we're going in 5-day intervals. So every time one of these things moves, that's 5 days. Because that's what I'm clicking up here. Research completed. We have researched the maximum engine size. That's good. That means we can build bigger, stronger engines, which are usually more fuel efficient. Let's just keep going on that tech. Now, did she get... She didn't get any bonuses on the day, but she might have got some while we were researching. Okay, this is... this is stopped because our shipyard capacity has been reached. Which is this one. Okay, so it completed the 30,000, well, the 20,000 increase to the commercial shipyard before it had done the 2,000 for the Navy. It's interesting. Okay. We'll leave that as 30 for now. We don't need to spend more money. So as you can see here, this is our expenses. We are actually making a bit of profit at the minute. Because we're spending... No, we're gaining 505. I don't know, is this a week? This is a month. Okay, so yeah, we're spending 505 a month. And we're gaining 505 a month. We're spending 477. So we're spending less than we're making. We should probably increase that. But we are already making our financial centers. They should be finished next year. Let's just keep going. Shipyard modified. That's the capacity. We don't need to do anything else with that. Research completed. Okay. Minimum engine... What was that? Minimum engine power modifier. So if you modify your engines, so they use less power, they also use less fuel. Power and propulsion, so we can do this again. Did you have 6? No, you didn't have 6 labs before, did you? Conrad Dree. Yeah, you only had 4 labs before. I could have sworn. Oh no, you did have 6 labs, but you weren't using them all. That's right. You didn't have 6 labs. You only had 4. And I know that because you only have 4 assigned now. You've gained 2 labs. So while they are researching, they are leveling up. You can see that in the events thing here. If we do... let's filter by... population... Oh yeah, what we can do as well in here is we can change these. We can change the color of these. So we can say for shipyard modified, we can say we want that in orange, and that'll come in orange. For research completed, let's put that in like a light blue. Captain Conrad Tiberius has been killed in an accident. So he was unassigned, but he died. So that seems pretty significant. We'll put that one in red. Let's go back 180. Use this to 500. What else have we got? New naval officer Samuel George. Scientist experience. Here we go. So as they are researching things, they will gain experience and level up. So the research admin bonus of SCI Elim Venus has increased to 6, which I believe that was the guy. This guy. Elim Venus, yeah. Obviously it says his fucking name there, Sam. Chill out. So that, let's put that in. Let's leave the background color as it is. Sorry, the text color as it is, but change the back color to that. Might need to change the text to like a darker color actually. Set it to black for now. Just so it jumps out at us there, right? So that guy has leveled up. Okay, so that's fine. Let's close that, and let's progress. And this is it for the beginning of the game. This is it. You spend a lot of time doing research, production. That's an event we want to track. For that one, let's change the back color to a brown. Excuse me. So production of military academy completed Earth. Okay, let's increase that to 100 for the next 3 days. So 5 days, that'll do another one. So now the production of the financial centers are done. So now if we go into our summary, okay, so we can see there we now have 20 financial sectors, and our naval academy, military academy, is level 2, which is good. So what does a military academy level 2 actually give you? If I go into here, academies, so we have 2 academies, level 3. Okay, so it increases this crewmen and junior officers produced and the officer graduates per year. So we're getting 20 graduates per year of officers. The crew and junior officers, that's also helpful to have that quite high, especially later on when you're producing a shit ton of ships and you need a lot of crew. Especially on like stations and stuff. So now that we're increasing that, let's push this up to 5 to get the best quality officers. And can we build it? Let's build. How much can we build of that? Military academies. So I think the big thing there is wealth, isn't it? So geranium is expensive, but we've got a good amount in the stockpile. So I'm just thinking, if I was to build 8, could build 10, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to round it off at 8. Let's create that. Now, 8 times 2400. We currently don't have that big of a wealth bracket. So we will now be spending more than we are producing. So let's knock the percentage here down to 20%. And let's up our financial. So we've got 20. Let's produce 80 at 80%. That will give us a nice round 100. And apparently that's going to take 50 years. What? Okay, well, let's just do 1 then. That can't be right. 8? It's going to take 50 years. Okay. And what happens if we do 3 then? 72. That's 20 years. But doing them 1 at a time is only going to take us... Oh, 59. Okay, yeah, 52. Yeah, okay. So it's going to take us 6.5, 7 years. Each year. But that's going to complete at the same time. So let's get our 80 financial centers built. 1 military academy. We're not going to be going over our financial thing, I don't think. Let's run that and see what happens. Our finances, our wealth is going up. Research completed. I don't like that color. Well, I do like the color on there, but I don't like the color here. So let's change that. Text color, let's change it to... I think let's add a back color to it. Can barely see that. You can't see that at all. Yeah, let's back color. Let's leave it. Let's say it's black. Well, I think that's just removed it altogether. It's fine. Let's leave it as that. And the scientist leveled up as well. That's beautiful. Power propulsion, nice. Oh, we got a new scientist as well. Looking in the log, that's an important thing to know. New scientist. Oh, I quite like that actually. Let's change that back color of that to there as well, and then change the back color of this to match what it was before, but change the text color to a darker color. Scientist experience. Let's change the text color on that to maybe not yellow. That's a bit gross. Yeah. New scientist. That's fine. New naval officer. Those will be fine. Those will come through. Administrator experience. Interesting. Sorry. Right. Let's have a look at what we just did. So we got a research into maximum engine size 60. That is a power propulsion engine. Okay. So I don't think we need 100 just yet. And that is quite expensive. What do we need? We need this Trans-Newtonian technology to kick in. That is coming next year. We can't give that guy any more labs than what he's already got. We have 4 labs available. We could just give them to this person so that they finish a bit sooner. When's Trans-Newtonian? That's coming September. That's coming September. This one, if I give you 2 labs. So that'll finish in August, 54. That one is... July 54. Okay, so July, August. I order this by completion date. So by date. Okay. So July, August, September. Okay. And that's, we've still got 3 labs to use. So let's do. Just want something cheap. Because you should always have your. Fuck it, let's just get this guy just doing that again. He probably won't finish it. We'll move him on to something else, but we'll let him do that. So they're all going to finish at roughly similar times. You want your scientists always researching because they level up as they're researching. So you want them getting more labs. So research completed. Wealth. So our wealth generation now per. I want to say that's per million trans-Newtonian workers. It was 100, it's now 120. So we got a 20% buff to our wealth generation. So that's now significantly higher than what it was. So our wealth is going to skyrocket. We still need more because that is eventually we'll hit a wall with that. So we should probably carry on that research chain. Yeah, let's just crack on with you. We're not too worried about how long that takes. That's just going to be something we're doing in the background for the rest of time. Science department, that's great. Let's add the labs there. Minimum engine power. So we've got another 4 labs to use. Minimum engine power is a power production. Okay, we can go in further with that one. Camaraderie. I think that went up. But we'll give you a rest for now. Trans-Newtonian technology. Okay, this is where it gets fun. Right, so we've just unlocked Trans-Newtonian technology, which unlocks a bunch of stuff. It unlocks a bunch of stuff in the industry tab and in the research tab. So now if we go into construction production, we didn't have much in here before. We do now. We have a lot of stuff in here now. We also have stuff in power and propulsion. So jump point theory, we unlocked a bunch of new things here, like for example the radioscopic thermal generator. Radioisotope. I don't understand what that word means, but radioisotope thermal generator. So we get basically this leads to engine technology, so we can create ships. We can create ships now. I should point this out. We can create ships now. So we can go into our class design window and we can create a ship. So if I want a survey vessel, and we create a new ship class, the Vindicator. We can assign things to this. If I go into wide view with this and move that off screen slightly, you should still just be able to see it. You can. Okay, so this is what we have on the ship. This is what we have available to put on the ship. We've got troop transports. We've got survey tech. Vindicator, I hardly know her. That one works, Dev. I'll give you that one. So we can add geological survey sensors. Oh god, these are a lot more organized than when I used to play. You can add maintenance bays, you can add science departments and all these things we just did. We don't need that for our first ship. What we do need that we don't have in this list right now is an engine. So you remember me telling you that this is it's like Stellaris but much more granular. You have to design the actual engine using a project. So we can go into create a project, we can create an engine. It's a conventional engine, which is just as far as I know, just a combustion engine. Like something you'd get in your car. Maybe not quite that weak, but you know. You can choose how powerful it is. So the less power it's got, the less fuel it uses. So generally for a ship like a survey ship, you don't care how fast it goes, but you want it to be very fuel efficient. Later on, you probably do want it to be quite fast, but you're not struggling for fuel at that point, in theory. Fuel consumption, we've unlocked the ability to reduce this now using technology. Same with thermal reduction. And the engine size here, we did unlock 60, I think. So we can make a nice big engine that is very, very, very fuel efficient. But it's fucking massive. It's 3,000 tons. Okay, so we can research how to make this engine, and then we can produce those engines and put them in ships, and then our ships will fly, and they will go where they need to go. But it's going to be a very weak engine because it's obviously got low power. It's a big engine, but it's a weak engine. So it's very if I create a prototype of it, you'll be able to see what I mean. When we unlock the next one, you'll be able to see that. So if we put prototypes in here, we can add an engine in. There we go. So now this engine will let this ship travel at 223 kilometers a second, which is still very fast, but it's not anywhere near as fast as what we were going to want it. And this, with the conventional geological survey sensors, we're only able to research at 0.2 survey points per hour, which is still fine. You can use this, but I prefer getting a bit further into the engine tree before we start putting our first ship together. But we are getting to that point now where I should be thinking about building a ship, but we have only just researched Transnewtonians. So let's move on from Transnewtonian and let's build our first proper engine. So we'll get Comrade doing this. And we are going to devote more. We don't need that many. In fact, we don't need you doing that at all. You can do that, but I'm not too fussed. You need to do that. You need more labs. You might as well have one more, and then you can have the rest. In fact, no, you can't. In fact, I'm just going to take that off you. Cancel that. So we've cancelled this project. He's got 5,992 points left to go to research that, but we have more important things to research now. This one, fuel consumption being one of them. So this basically makes your ships fly 10% more efficiently. Let's have him do that instead. I don't want you doing that for 6 years. Let's cancel that. You minimum engine power modifier. That's a good tech to have. We'll come back to you. Now let's see. We've got 3 available research labs. We need to go into construction production. We do need to research that eventually, but not right now. Research rate's a good one to go through, because this is going to give us 240 points instead of 200, which is what we're currently getting. All of these are like a 20% boost every single time you do it. So that went from 100 to 120. It's now 140. That will go like 5, 10, 15, I guess. That's 560. Then it will be 620. That goes from 240 to 280 and whatever. So that's going to give us more of that. What am I looking for? I'm looking for this. Geological survey sensors. Our current conventional geological survey sensors are working at 0.2 per hour. This one is 1 per hour. So that's like 5 times better than what we're currently using. So we're going to go for that one first. And we're going to go... You've got 20% buff. You need 3 labs. You've got 7 labs, but 15. So I'm going to go for you. And we're going to reassign some of these labs, because we don't necessarily need that very quickly. Minimum engine power modifier. Remove that. Give you another one there. You get rid of that. Oh no, we need that one because there's another tech behind this that we need. So you need to go first. That's great. The rest of these can just come in when they come in. Let's go. We've keeled off from the center of the thing. Research completed. So we've completed the generator. So now we need to unlock the engine. So if we go power and propulsion again, we now need the nuclear radioisotope engine. Comrade, you can do me a solid and do that again for me. So that's going to take 6 months. It's not too bad. Good lad, comrade. Now then, we can go further, but I think we are going to go further. I'm going to set comrade on the next tier, but we are going to design an engine now with the new technology, just so I can show you the difference between that and the conventional tech. So we're going to use 30%. That one's not ready, but we're coming up on it. Engine size, we had that at 60. So let's put it at 60 as well. Let's prototype this. And then if we go into our class design again, you should be able to see that. And I need to select the Vindicator. So this is our current engine. Our conventional engine. The one we prototyped and did earlier. I need to select prototypes here. Now, this is going to let the ship move with an engine power of 18. It's not going to go very fast. And it weighs 3,000 tons. If I take that off, and then I add on the nuclear engine that we've just... Well, so the nuclear radioisotope engine that we've just done. It's still 3,000 tons, but that's going to move us at 90. Which is a considerably... Obviously considerably faster. So I think what we're going as, if I take this off, conventional engines, that was doing 223 kilometers per second, and this new one is going to move us at 5 times that. So we can build this now just as is. We obviously have to research this prototype technology, but this ship is 4,000 tons. Our shipyard currently, and it's a survey ship, so it will be a naval shipyard, not a commercial shipyard. Our current naval shipyard can only hold, has the capacity for 3,000 tons. So we need to save 1,032 tons of space. So to do that, we can... Oh yeah, look at this fuel efficiency as well. So just without any extra fuel on board, we can take fuel off and that will save space. So we don't need this much fuel. If we put on a small fuel storage, that's going to go, maybe not a small, maybe a standard. Standard, no, maybe 2 smalls. Yeah, just put it out for a year. So deployment time, let's say this is going to be 12 months. All right. So with 2 small fuel storages, that's dropped that 200 tons. So we've already saved 200 tons there. That's great. So these conventional geological survey sensors, we're working on the next tier of upgrade for that. I'm hoping that they're going to weigh a bit less. They might not weigh any less. It might just be that's what it is and they just have more of these. Excuse me. I've set myself up a button so I can mute as well, and I just didn't do that. I just blew out your eardrum for no reason. So the next thing we can do on this, we could probably maintenance life. Our maintenance life is just over a year. Annual fail rate of 117% is not good. I think if I was to add on another... Yeah, the more engines means more fails. If I add in... What did that just do? If I add in a maintenance storage bay... Oh yeah, I did another one of those, didn't it? Okay. Maintenance storage bay. If I add a maintenance storage bay... That jumps to 14 years, so we don't need that. Let's do small. So that's going to increase our maintenance life. We've got 122 maintenance survey points. Annual fail rate of 118%. That's very high. What if we had an engineering space? Yeah, engineering space brings that down. Okay, so this gives us more storage, maintenance storage points. This gives us more, a better annual fail rate. But it also does increase the size. So we've got 5 engineering spaces. So 5 small engineering spaces. So let's just get rid of... Let's add full engineering space. And a standard maintenance storage bay. No, it's just too small. Yeah, 5 years of maintenance life. We just need to decrease that. You know. Yeah, there's diminishing returns here. Basically, I'm adding more engineering spaces, and because it's adding more crew space to make room for the crew that need to go in the engineering spaces, it's yeah. Let's add 5 engineering spaces. That's a 27% annual fail rate. That's I can live with that. 10 years of maintenance life. That's ridiculous. So we didn't need the maintenance storage bay because the engineering spaces come with a little bit of maintenance storage apparently, because that's jumped up to 140. So the next, basically what we need now is we need to redesign the engine so that it's smaller by a good amount. We could probably math this. So we need to save 1,085 tons. And I think ideally we want 2 engines, because if we only have 1 engine and it blows up, we're kind of stranded, right? So let's go into our project here. Can you see? Yeah, you can see that. And the size here, I'm going to reduce this. So we need to save, so we're currently at 3,000. We need to save 1,000 at least, 1,085. So let's just do size 38. But we need 2 of them. So it's going to be a 19. Let's prototype that and see what that does. Prototypes. Move this across. You can see. Oh yeah, my chair's a little bit in the way there, but there's nothing important here, so. Right. There is something important over here though, because I need to click on that first. Okay, let's get rid of this engine. So this is currently going at 1101. If I add in that was a commercial engine as well. Let's add in the these 2 here. This is the smaller one, but we made it half the size. Well, we made it half the size, and we reduced it to the size we needed, and then halved it, so we could have 2 engines. So this one's moving 11 thing. In fact, let me do, where is it? Snipping tool. Snipping tool. Beautiful bit of software. And we can see both of these at the same time. You see that as well? Yeah, you can see that as well. Cool. If I get rid of this and we put on 2 of these, compare that. So 985. So we're a little bit slower. That's fine. Maintenance life 16.32 years. This is nearly double that, so we could probably take off some of those engineering spaces. Annual fail rate was 27, is now 13. That's really good. Let's halve that. Max repair 50. So max repair is 50 MSP. That's not changed. We've actually got more maintenance service points than we had before. We've got more maintenance points. I'm not sure why we've got more maintenance. But if we remove an engineering space, we're actually making the ship lighter. Okay, so that's closer to what we were before. And we've saved 300 tons. So actually we could probably make this engine a little bit bigger. So if we've saved 300 tons... Where is it? Project. If we do engine size here. So every one of these is 5. I think every 10 is 50. So that's 50. And we could do 150. So 50, 100, 150. So size 22 engine. Let's prototype that. Let's grab another screenshot of this one. Move this over so you can see. Let's tick that on ticket, get rid of this, and then we want another 2 of these. Okay, so we're moving faster. Not than the first version, but we are moving faster. We're oversized though. Meh. What if we get rid of an engineering space? We're undersized if we get rid of an engineering space. Maintenance life is that. Annual fail rate at 70% though. Okay, so I think we were closer with what we had before. So let's drop the size down. Let's drop it to 20. Thermal reduction, there's nothing we can do with that. That we are researching already. Engine power. So we could add 5% power there for not a huge amount of fuel cost. Let's prototype that. We can get rid of all these prototypes once we're done. I need the snipping tool again. So let's leave this one up because this was the better one. Let's get rid of these. And we want this one now. I should probably give these names so it's easier to keep on top of. And then we want that engineering space back in. Probably a couple actually. Okay. So all I was doing there, I was changing the, adding little bits here and there to make that exactly 3,000 tons to meet our naval shipyard capacity. Right, so this is, let's get rid of that. So I'm being harassed. Get rid of that. Right, so we are considerably faster. So we've gone from 1058. You can barely see that. Yes, we've gone from 1058 to 1166. That's good. Maintenance life has doubled. 6.09 up to 13.64. Annual fair rate was 29%, is now 16%. That's improved. That's halved. And this number here, this is the, like when you're flying around, you don't just coast in here. You're basically flying at full speed, like full throttle all the time. So you can travel 37.4 billion kilometers in this old version versus this new one, which is 53.8 billion. So it can be out there for nearly 2 years. Well, a year and a half. We've still got these conventional geological survey sensors. This might scupper us, but basically what we need to do now that I'm happy with that engine, because that engine's much better. Now that we're happy with that, we need this next version of these, and I'm hoping that they're the same size or smaller. If they're bigger, then we'll just adjust the engineering space and the crew spaces and then go from there. We could also research better armor, which would reduce how heavy the ship is. So for now, we've got this prototype. This is the one we want. So for now, let's rename. We can actually research it, but let's... where is it? Rename component. In fact, do we want to rename it, or can we just do... We've still got it up here, haven't we? Yeah, we can create... we can randomize the company name here. So, let's have a look. Tyndall Thrust. The Tyndall Thrust nuclear radioisotope engine. So let's create that. So that's now gone in our list of ones to build. These we no longer want or care about. So let's obsolete them, because they are garbage, and we don't like garbage. And then if I can click obsolete and get them back, but I don't want to. Okay, so we just need our engine research. So now that we've put it into research, we can go into power propulsion, and here it is. We don't have any labs available. We want that as soon as possible. That one I'm less concerned with. Yeah, for now you can just sit on that, because we need 3 labs for this person. So we'll do that. So sort by date. So we're going to get the geological survey sensors first. That's great. So we can add those in. And then we're going to get the engine. And now it would be nice if we had this before we built the engine, but it's fine. It can wait till our next upgrade. Our next upgrade is going to be significant. Oh, okay. So let's skip time ahead. Research complete. So that's the geological survey sensors. Let's put those on straight away. So we'll take off our conventional ones, which are doing 0.2. And we will add on the full sensors, which are still 250 tons, but they do 1 survey point per hour instead of 0.2. So we could add more if they were lighter, but because they're the same size, we're not going to do that. We also need to reassign those labs. So we've got 4 labs free now. Let's just pump that into existing research. I would really like that technology. Assign any new labs we get to there. Are we building anything right now? Oh yeah, we're building financial centers and military academies. They are due in 4 years. How many financial sectors do we currently have? 55. Nice. And oh yeah, look at that. We are absolutely tonking ahead with the wealth. So we are creating 741 wealth per year, per month, and spending 430. Let's look at that in a year. So we are gaining about 3,600 a year, 3,700 a year, which is good. The engine's done now. That's great. So now we can go into our Vindicator and we can add in 2 of these engines. We are at 3,000 tons. Senior commanding officer. I don't think we need to worry about a senior commanding officer. Not for this ship anyway. So I think this ship actually is ready to go. We don't need anything else. So I am going to say we should go into some of these tabs though. So these are the components that we're going to need to build the ship. It's going to need this much fuel. It's going to need supply points. This is the resource, the raw resource cost. It's going to cost raw resource cost. Wow, that's hard to say. The raw resource cost of what it's going to take to build these components to build the ship, and the wealth on top of that. We don't need ordnance. You can give them alternate names, or you can just say the name plus the number. Yeah, let's just do name plus number for now. Select random name from class theme. Yeah, let's just do that. Random name from class theme. And prefix, let's just do... I think it gives us a prefix anyway, because it's a survey ship. Well, because we've got this survey vessel SV, I think when it's referred to, it's going to have SV on the thing. But let's just in case... Oh no, let's leave it for now and see what happens. Class templates. What is this? Oh, I think that's just general, and then this is the glossary of terms. So, was I correct? Annual failure rate. Chance the ship will suffer a component failure over the course of 1 year. So every year, there is a 16% chance that a component will fail. Not necessarily the engine, but any one of these components, apart from probably the armor, can fail. So they can be repaired if you've got engineering and main supply points. But if our engine blew up and if our engine blew up and we had maintenance supply points, I think it can be repaired. But if it gets stranded, then we're kind of screwed. Class design. I think that's all we need to do for that. So let's lock this. And then what we could do is we could start building it. So let's go to our shipyard here, and we want to actually retool the shipyard so that it can start building our survey ship. Survey Vindicator. The first retool is free, so let's do that. So that's done. Doesn't take any time. It's completely free. That's fine. Now let's build a Vindicator fleet. Let's add it to the survey fleet. We don't have any components. Let's use admin. Oh, you can add it to an admiral command. Okay, right, that's fine. We're just gonna add it to a survey fleet for now. That's gonna take about 8 months. This is the name it's going to get given, so this is the Vindicator 001, which is perfectly fine. Parasites. Okay. Don't know what that is. We'll come across that later on, I guess. So we are currently telling it to create this ship. So let's see what happens. Oh, in Active Lab, we also need to research something because we just finished researching that engine. Power propulsion. Let's stick you back on there for now. Because we are going to need some big engines for when we start doing our freight services. The fuel consumption has been done. Let's maybe reinvest in that. Is there anything we want to do in construction production? We probably want to up our construction rate. I'm going to up our construction rate, and I'm going to up our mining rate as well. The next engine's available. We might skip over this one, but we'll see. We'll see how this first ship performs. So that's unlocked the thermal engine. We will unlock the thermal engine because it is good. It is good. Scientist experience, command assignment, ship construction. Right, that's something we want to, something to jump out at us. Let's have orange background and black text. So a ship has been constructed. So the Vindicator has been built on Earth and assigned to the survey fleet. So if we go to our fleet organization window, we are going to first break this out of the fleet, so it's in its own fleet, and we can see that it's currently captained by Captain Valorius Crassian, who has some benefits of 25% chance, 25% boost to surveying, which is really good. Let's see. We want to do standing orders. What is going on here? This has changed quite a lot. Movement orders. Okay. I see what's going on here. I see what's going on. So let's go and survey. 5 system bodies. No, okay, so we're gonna queue up 5 survey bodies at a time because it's a standing order. This will just repeat. And then if you get to 30% fuel or less, we want to do something. Additional orders. No, that's not what we want to do. Undo that. Undo. Delete order. Add standing. So the standing order is go and research 5 system bodies. Go and scan 5 research bodies. Logistics, overhaul, refuel. So we want to refuel at colony when you are less than 30%. We want to resupply when you are less than 20% supply points. And we want to overhaul when your deployment succeeded. Deployments exceeded, rather. Hostile active ship contact in system. I mean, probably want to, like, run away, right? If that happens. I suppose we could just set to... I mean, we don't need to set that right now because it's just going to... there's not any hostiles in the home system, so that's fine. Ignore standing orders, ignore conditional orders, copy conditional, detach, include squadrons. Okay, so the standing orders are to survey 5 system bodies. Which I think is anything. Is asteroids, planets, moons, whatever. So this has changed quite a lot since I last played, so I'm just trying to figure out what I'm doing. Formation orders, I don't think we need that. No. Okay, so that's fine. So this commander that we have... So we're currently... Actually, we could just put him in the survey fleet again. How do we... Crew training. We don't care about crew training. We want survey. That's fine. So Lord Captain Aeneas Belisarius. He has a 20% boost to surveying. I also want to create the admin command type. How do I do that? So I'm just trying to figure out here. It's been a long time since I've done this, and this has changed massively. So from what I can see, we've assigned Lord Captain Aeneas who has a 20% boost to survey into the survey fleet. So he's managing the survey fleet. Then we've got Captain Valorius captaining the Vindicator, which has a 25% bonus. So those should get added together, I think. Basically, this should increase the survey points per hour. But I'm sure in here, you used to be able to like assign. So like you could have, you could assign them as general commands, and then they get these like 10%, 5% bonuses, which just existed. But then you could put them in the survey, and then they get a bonus of 25% again for engineering and surveying. To create a new naval admin command, select a parent naval admin command from the main tree on the far left, plus the command type and host population from above. Create admin. I don't see create admin. Oh. Create admin. Okay. Yeah, create admin. So this is going to be the survey admin. I see, there it is. So that's now there. So now the survey fleet can go into the survey admin here. So now that's actually, I think that's increased him to be, we need now a Commodore in there, which I think, I don't know if that's what it was before, but. So the Commodore is at the top level. He's going to provide general boosts, not these percentages because he's higher. I think every time you go up it like halves or something. I could be wrong there. But then the survey fleet underneath this survey admin command, which we need a commander of. We need a commander that is specialized in survey. So he's got a 20% boost. The fleet is captained by I think when we moved him in there he wasn't high enough rank to do that, so that's fine. Oh, and he's been moved back to that now. Oh, maybe yeah, okay, that's fine. Right, so we built a ship, and the ship is, for all intents and purposes, ready to go. Did we assign research? We did. So now I think we just let it go. Let's do it in 1 day intervals now. Why are you not moving? Stop. You are not move. Why are you not move? Let's see. Maybe when I moved it, I knocked off their orders. I did. Cool. Was the order? Yeah, the order was on the fleet, wasn't it? Yeah. Okay. 5 system bodies. Add standing order. And then we want to refuel at colony if you are less than 30% fuel. We want to resupply at colony when you are 20% less, 30% less. And we want to overhaul when your deployment is exceeded. I think that's all we need for now. Let's try again. Hey, wait, stop. Woo. I was zoomed in far too much there. Okay, where the hell has he gone? Okay, he's just gone. Okay, so so in those like 6 days or whatever the hell that was, let me zoom out. He surveyed, I'm assuming he surveyed the moon. He did, he surveyed the moon. He surveyed Aten and Mars and Eros and Wild, and there's probably a couple of other moons and stuff that he's done. Let's click on here. System view. So on Lunar, He did actually find some stuff on Luna. Okay, he found Macassium. Jesus. That's a lot of Macassium. Corundium, okay. Good accessibility. Mars. Deimos. Okay, so he did survey a few things. Where's... with minerals? These don't have... no. Asteroids with minerals. Wild. Okay, so the comment that he had just done now. Duranium Vendorite and Corundium. Okay, so let's let him do his thing. Let's set all these up there. Let's ignore this. Let's just click 1 day intervals and let him jump about. Uh-oh. Okay, so we need a new senior officer because this officer is not... he's not high enough to be able to support. So we need a Commodore, I think, in the human navy. Where's the... it was this one, wasn't it? So in the navy here, we need minimum rank Commodore, which is that. Assign commander. And we wanted surveying first, so he's 25%. Okay, that's great. And then we want... what's R7? What is R7? Lord Captain. Okay, so Aeneas is back now. He's doing that. He's doing that. Okay. I wish you could see like the effect that that has on the survey. You probably can, I'm just not seeing it. Okay. Logistics report, maybe? Okay, so we see the fuel usage. Okay. Admin command. You can see a lot of information here. This is very detailed. Okay, so that's our ship. Let's let him go and let him do his thing. We need to assign some loads. I think somebody died. Why did these... somebody must have died. Events. Oh, research was completed. Nuclear thermal engine. Okay, so we complete the nuclear thermal engine. So we go in power propulsion, and we might as well... actually, no, we were going to do the armor, weren't we? Defensive systems, uranium armor. Let's do that. And let's do... might as well reduce the thermal signature as well. Okay, let's center that again and let him... look at him go. Look, that's... we're just doing 1 day skips at a time here. He's just going absolutely nuts. Look at that. Look at him go. And now... I don't know how far. This is quite just mesmerizing to watch, actually. Look at all that. So all of those yellow circles here. Are the yellow? Yeah, they are. They've been surveyed. Now, does that mean they have resources? No. Where's... If we untick that, we lose sight of whether they've been surveyed. Mineral concentrations. Okay, so we can see here where we've got minerals. So I don't necessarily need to know if they've been surveyed, but I do need to see where the minerals actually are. We could also just show asteroids with minerals, but I kind of like seeing all the asteroids. Research completed. Duranium armor, nice. Let's do the next one because I think it'll still be cheap. High density duranium armor. That's not as cheap as I thought, but it's still not bad. We don't need shield generators yet or cloaking fields. That's fine. Let's let him just keep going. Look at him go. Beautiful. He's going nuts. So I'll be right back. I'm just going to go to the loop. I'll be back in a jiffy. I forgot how big and clunky this bloody green screen thing is, so I'm gonna try your software tomorrow, Steve. Well, not your software personally. You didn't make it, but you informed me about it thusly. So I will try that. We're going out for steak for tea because it's my birthday today. Happy birthday to me. And yeah, I'll try it later on. See how it does. Why have we stopped? Overhaul complete. Okay, so the Vindicator has been out for a year. Let's zoom out a little bit. Let's turn off that. Okay, so we've got quite a lot of mineral deposits nearby. Let's go into our... I think is it this one that I want? No, that's not the window that I thought it was. I need that up. I need that up. Why is that in full screen mode? Sorry, bear with me, guys. Yeah, it should be like that. So I can see all your comments now on the side. What are you doing? Okay, there we go. I think it's this one. Nope. Ah, no, there it is. I need this one. Okay, so this is, or will be when I click the button, all of the minerals that have been found so far in Sol. And then you can set the minimum levels and the sorts and the... Yeah, there's a lot you can do with this. So we can see these are the deposits that have been found on Earth so far. These are the deposits that have been found in all of these nearby asteroids. So we can see Luna. Luna has some uridium, some macassium, a huge amount of macassium, considering we've only got 51,000 of it on Earth, and it's twice as accessible as it is on Earth. That's incredible. The uridium is not very accessible, but there's 2.5 million of it, and we're going to be mining on the moon anyway, so that's fine. Corundium, 10,000 corundium on the moon is not bad. It's like, what is that, 20, 30%, 40% of what we've got on Earth. So it's not bad. We've got some more here on Rainmouth, which I think is an asteroid. We've got some more there on Wild as well, which is very accessible. It's fine. That's great. So we're going to create some colonies now. We're going to create a colony on Wild so that we can start sending out some mines. In fact, should we do a mining ship? We could do a mining ship. So there's a few ways to harvest resources on planets and asteroids. Asteroids are generally quite small, but they can be huge, they can be massive, and they can have a lot on them. So sometimes it is worth setting up colonies on, like, manned mines on asteroids, or even automines is probably better, because otherwise you have to deal with infrastructure and stuff, especially when it's a low gravity one like this. But for Wild, it's not got a huge amount of anything, but it's got nearly 2/3 of the corundium we've got on Earth. Corundium, I think, is used in, I want to say, research facilities. No, it's potassium uranium. What's corundium used for? Corundium is used for mines, I think. Oh yeah, shit! We've got the transnewtonian. We should be converting our industry to transnewtonian industry, and we just haven't done it. Who's messaging me? Oh, it's my niece saying happy birthday. I shall take a moment to reply. Sorry, guys. Oh, yeah, so we should be converting our industry over to transit. I'm going to turn this light off because it's fucking right in my eyeballs. Maybe turn it up a little bit because... yeah, that's better. Okay, so we're currently building financial centers and military academies. We've got 1,840 build points per whatever it is. From 1,600 conventional industry. Conventional industry is garbage. We need to convert conventional industry to construction factories, factories, financial centers, fuel refineries, blah, blah, blah. So let's do that. I mean, first off, we're going to need construction factories to build all this stuff. So let's start with that. We're nearly done with all this. That's why I haven't noticed, because they're working on this. Let's let them finish. Let's let them finish because they are nearly done. There's a year and 3 months left, so we'll let them carry on. Right, we were looking through these asteroids, weren't we? So we've been out for a year. This is what we found so far. There's more to find. There's a lot more to find, but these are the asteroids and moons and planets that we've explored so far that have minerals on them. We're probably going to colonize them all at some point, but if we choose what we want right now, then when we get to the point of having civilian industry, we can let them go and set up local mines in places that we're not that bothered about, and then we can buy those minerals off them and ship them back to Earth. Neutronium. I feel like we need a lot of neutronium. What was neutronium for? I think for construction factories, shipyard complexes. Okay, right. Yeah, shipyards. Yeah, so we need that. Create a colony on there. It's decently accessible as well. And there's a lot of geranium on there as well. So enormous. That I'm not too bothered about. Good amount of gallicite, but we'll probably just buy that off the civilian industry. Sinope. I'm gonna say same again. The corundium is nice, and there's a good amount of it, but I mean, if we're building mining ships, I don't think we need to create colonies, but we're gonna do it anyway. We're gonna leave that one. We'll see what we can do with the ship when we build one. Calypso, not too fast. Braille, no. Liberatix, no. Yeah, I'm gonna set up a mine here for this 8 duranium. I'm gonna invest a lot of money in setting up the mine on Erato for that 8 uranium. Yes, thank you. Luna, right? So Luna here has a CC, which I believe is colony cost of 2, which means we can set up a manned colony there reasonably easily, and it's not low gravity either. Which I think the moon is low gravity, but not in terms of this. It's got a lot of Macassar on it. We want that. We want the iridium, and we want the corundium, rather. So we are going to create a colony on Luna. Absolutely. Not too fussed about that. Corbomite, 10,000 corbomite. No. We may come back for that later. This one, though, we do want to set up a mine there because that's a good amount of corundium. We need the corundium for the mines. Schultz. Tritanium. That's the only currently. Yeah, that's our only. Oh wow, we have a lot of that on Ganymede. Okay, so maybe we don't need this one because we've got it on Ganymede. Create a colony there. Ganymede, looking good. 3.6 million neutronium. Okay. Ganymede's looking spicy. Not too fussed about that. I'm hoping that we can set up ships that can mine things that aren't colonies, because then we can just set and forget it. We'll set the mines to go and dig things. We might need actually, yeah, you might need colonies on there to be able to send the stuff back. We'll try it and see. So we'll leave that for now. If we need to set up a colony, we'll come back and we'll do that. That's fine. This one, what's this one? Neutronium, carbonite, titanium. That's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. Wolf Harrington. Yeah, we'll do a Wolf Harrington. Borelli. Where the fuck is Borelli? Borelli's got Gallicite. He's got a lot of it. So we are going to create a colony there. In fact, Gallicite, I know we're going to hit a Gallicite wall eventually. Sinop has Gallicite. It's only a little bit, but it does have a lot of other things as well. So yeah, we'll do that. Asia. That's kind of on the borderline. Fuck it, let's do it. Obviously nothing on Jupiter, but Jupiter does have a lot of sorium, and we do need sorium, so we're going to need some sorium harvesters. Basically, we need to make fuel stations, or fuel ships, fuel collectors. I don't think we need a colony. You can't create a colony on Jupiter anyway, because it's a gas giant. There's nowhere for people to walk. Daphne, no, right, okay, so we've got our colonies decided upon there. Okay, we'll put one down there as well. Right, so we've essentially all we've done there is we've laid claim to those system bodies. The survey fleet is back at Earth. It's resupplied. Well, it's overhauled. I'm assuming it's resupplied at the same time. Let's have a look. If we go into... Where was it? Logistics report. Maintenance supply points. Yeah, so it resupplies when it overhauls anyway, so that's fine. Now, its fuel is at 68%, but that's enough for it to leave, do a bunch more, and then come back when it needs fuel. Okay, so let's set that to just keep going again. I'm just going to go out and... Oh, it's found some more. Halley's Comet had nothing. We can probably untick that now. No, let's turn. I think we're at the point now where we can thingy that. Research complete. Thermal reduction 75% normal. Cool. Let's have a look and see what else we can research. Whoa! What the hell happened there? That went full screen. We don't do that. We don't do that, sir. Okay, we have 3 more. It was thermal tech, wasn't it? Which I think is defensive. We don't really need to go down anymore on that one just yet. I want to get the pebble bed reactor to unlock our next engine. I also want that. I think I want that more. I want that. Let's have a look. Sort by date. Construction rate is going to finish this year. Remove a lab from that. That goes to April. Let's remove another one. April 2060. Okay, let's just leave that on. We don't have any more labs. That's fine. Swift Tuttle there. Got some resources for us. Should probably turn this on so we can actually see where he's going. Looks like he's heading back for fuel. Construction rate is boosted by 20%. You kind of want to keep pushing that all the time. But first we do need the Saurium harvester because we are going to need to start getting some fuel going. We do have fuel on Earth. We go to mining. We do have Saurium deposits on Earth. And we are stockpiling that currently. But we are going to use a ton of it eventually. Another few months left on this. Let's keep that going. Where's the ship? Why are you OV? Overhaul. Right, okay. Overhaul. Military academy and financial centers are complete. Beautiful. Beautiful. Right, so now that I've done being stupid, we can convert our industry. So we've currently got 1,600 conventional industry, so factories, but shit factories. Let's convert half of those to construction factories. And let's do that at 75. Now this is it's going to take 9 years to do that. It's not, because every time it's converting one of our factories, it's going to be about 5 times faster for the next one. So the first factory per factory. So every factory is about 5 times better than the conventional industry. Probably slightly more since we've done the research boost. Research to boost the construction points. We want mines. So we have 1,600. We've converted 800 theoretically. We probably want half of what's remaining, so about 400 in mines, and we want to do that 25%, and we'll just keep that going because that's going to help us stay afloat in terms of minerals. So we're using, yeah, we're below our thresholds. We're not too bad. This is what we're going to be using, but we're producing more than that anyway, so it's fine. Or we've got stockpile more than that. So now that's overhaul, brilliant. So now the survey fleet's going to carry on. Research completed. Mining production up to 12 tons, which I think was, yeah, construction production. Right, so if we're thinking about doing a mining ship, orbital mining, we probably want to increase that. You've got a good rate going here, considering we're on reduced, limited tech. You're doing really well. So basically, if you have a scientist in a field that they are specialized in, their bonus here gets multiplied. So she was at like 18%, I think it was. What did I just do? Orbital mining. So she was at 18%, but we're getting 170%. Return, so 72% instead of 18. So if I do 72 divided by 18, so it gets multiplied by 4. So whatever this number is, if it's in the field, it gets multiplied by 4. That's why it's better to have a 0% person with a lot of labs in a field rather than use some other random person, you know, who might have a higher bonus, the same labs, eventually they'll surpass them. If they've got like, I don't even know the words I'm trying to say. If you've got a 5% guy in the field, he's going to do better than someone who's got 20% with the same labs. Well, he'll probably do the same in that regard, but anyway. Shipyards. We could probably build another Vindicator, but we're probably going to replace the Vindicator anyway, the Mark II, because we've got new engines. Let's work. Let me plan this out. So we've got research. If we sort by date, we need the Duranium armor for the next version of the ship we're going to make. We want this. Not too fussed about that. This one we kind of want for the mining ship, but we don't need this to build the mining ship. We can build the mining ship without that. Sorium harvester, we want that as soon as possible, but we're not going to get it for another 4 years probably, so that's okay. But we can build a mining ship, I think, with what we have now, apart from these two, because the mining ship's going to be quite heavy. So we want to, when you build the armor, basically the armor gets thinner and thinner and thinner and thinner for stronger. So it weighs less and less and less and less. So the higher tiered armor we have, in theory, the better or the more efficient ships we can build. And then obviously this one's just a flat out cheat. Like we just say, right, okay, you cost less to run. Where have you gone? Oh, you're way out there. Okay, so we've got the armor. Can we just reassign some of your labs? We could probably reassign you back into, yeah, composite armor. Let's just get that working. We don't need that for the next ship, but yeah, it's fine. It'll be ready for the Sorium harvester. I want to see all these resources that we keep finding. Fucking hell, you're going far out there, aren't you? So this is one of the we could have been doing this from the start with a conventional engine, and we'd probably be about where we are right now if we'd have started this earlier. But it snowballs very quickly. The higher, like the next ship we get, next survey ship, is probably going to be like 3 times faster for the same weight, and it's probably going to have 5 times more survey speed. So in theory, we're going to do that. We're going to click go for 5 days, and it's just going to run. It's just going to uncover the whole map, and then it's just going to be sat there idling for a little bit until we've got the jump point theory, which we should be working on jump point theory. Actually, I need to set that up. Fuel consumption. Okay, so we've researched the fuel consumption tech. Let's jump into jump point theory, because we need to start building jump drives as well. 30% with 10 labs is really good. So that research is actually going to come through 2.2 times faster than if you just had someone with a standard boost. That's really cool. And he's got 10 labs, so we can actually, we don't really need composite armor for a little bit. We do need the Sorium. We don't need the maximum engine size. Not massively concerned about that. We do want this one, so let's get rid of this. So just by reassigning those labs, we've moved that from, what was it at before? Like 3 labs? August 2063 to January 2061. So we've shaved that like 2.5 years off that. I just saw something pop up on my phone. Sorry. It is my brother. He wishing me happy birthday. Cheers, bro. Oh, excuse me. Again, I can mute myself with a button, with a click of a button. So I don't know why I just chose to deafen you all. Okay. So we started at 2050. It is now 2060. We are 10 years into the game. We have we've established commanders and governors, and we've done a fair bit of research. Considering we were like tech impaired to begin with, we've done quite a lot of research. Our initial scientists have gone from being mediocre to pretty good. We've built our first survey ship. We've surveyed a good portion of the galaxy. There is a lot of stuff still to discover, and there's quite a way out. Why you? Oh, because you overhold. So you've been out again. And we're ready now to start popping out some mining ships. I was going to say we can start popping out some auto mines, but I always lean into the auto mines because they're nice and easy. I've never been bothered to figure out how to build a mining ship, but I think I understand the basics. I think you add the orbital miner to the ship. You tell it to go out with the standing orders, go out and gather resources. And I think then you need some sort of cargo transport to ferry things from there to the planet, or a mass driver with a colony to send the packets of resources back to Earth. I think. I could be wrong. We shall see. We shall see. We shall find out together, team. Research completed. A science team led by Donya Ongaro, working at Earth, has completed research into minimum engine power modifier. We didn't really care about that, but thanks. Oh, we did care about that because that actually makes things a bit more fuel efficient, which is good. Is going to be good for our jump point theory. Is around the corner. I'm just going to bump this up to 5 days because there we go. Jump point theory is done. So now that we've done jump point theory, we've unlocked a few other options here. We can change the squadron size. We're gonna need that, and then we need the jump radius. So we need to do both of these techs. So I'm just gonna try and fast forward it through that. Oh, we don't need the jump drive for the first ship, do we? Okay, let's ignore that. Let's build a new ship. And we want a mining vessel. We want a mining platform? Sure. Let's do that. I've never built one of these, so I have no idea what we're doing. This is just for flavor. This is just so they go in some sort of order here. It's chosen the name Bloodhawk, and it's done that. I'm assuming there is a list here, yes. I'm assuming it's done that because there's probably a Warhammer 40k. Ship names? Battleships? Bloodhawk, yeah, so it's done that through battleships. So, I should probably change how we're doing this. This is going to be a mining vessel. So mining vessels, let's see if there's a minerals. Minerals. Amber. Amethyst. Diamond. Yeah, let's go with the amethyst. I should probably rename the Vindicator, but it's fine. We're too deep into that. The Vindicator is the go-to. Okay, so we can see it's already upgraded our armor. So we're now at this 0.8 high density duranium armor, which is very light compared to what we had before. We don't need survey sensors. What do we need? We need... I mean, we could, in theory, add a cargo. I was thinking we could have a ship that goes out, mines, and then when it fills up, it comes back. Let's try that. Let's see what we can do. So we've got a cargo. We are gonna need... Where's the mining jobby? We're not going to use this engine because this engine is massively underpowered for what we're going to need, because this is going to be a heavy ship. And also, I think this is a military engine. Yeah, this is a military engine because it's a smallish engine. I think, what was this, size 20? Yeah, size 20. We want a commercial engine for this. We're going to need a really efficient engine because we want it to be out there for a long time. Production. I'm assuming we need to build we need to create a project for a mining drill, I'm guessing. Orbital... No. How the hell? Miscellaneous? No. Is it a kind of weapon? Gold cannon? Jump engines, magazines. Maybe this is why I didn't ever do it before, because I don't understand what the hell I'm doing. Is it already in here? Ordnance transfer. Fuel. I wonder if we need to research something else. So, orbital mining module. Okay, so we need to research that as well. Okay, so let's do that. Oh, so long. CP. Have we got any other CP? We do have you. We don't need that, so let's cancel that. Let's cancel that. We need you because you've got all the labs, or the better labs. We need orbital mining module. And then in logistics, we also need Trans-Newtonian cargo shuttles. Because we need a way to get the goods on and off the ships. Okay, these are going to take... I think earliest one's 2 years away. Okay, so that's fine. So we can't build that yet, but we can build a new engine Because we're not. I don't think we're researching a new engine yet, are we? No, we're not researching a new engine right now. So we can build a new engine. Well, we can prototype a new engine. So we're going to build the nuclear thermal, which is the best we've got. Are we researching any other techs for engines? Engine size. We're probably not going to use a size 100 engine for this. But we might use a 60. So engine power, we're going to reduce the engine power to virtually nothing. We're going to set that 0.8, that's fine. Thermal reduction, this just literally makes it so it appears like a smaller ship, so I don't think we need that. We'll put it on because it doesn't really cost anything. And engine size, we're going to whack this all the way up to 60. So that's going to give us a 3,000 ton engine, but it's going to give us a 3,000 ton commercial engine, which means we can produce this in a commercial shipyard. So if we prototype this, let's give it a name. Sanguinius. Sure. And if we click on prototype, so now we've got that engine in here, we can see this one here. So this engine is already more powerful than our current engine, but it's substantially bigger. So our current engine is 1,000 tons and this one is 3,000 tons. It also costs twice as much in terms of materials, I think. Yeah. But its fuel usage is like fuck all. So the current survey ship's fuel usage is 0.051 per hour, 1.8 liters. This is 1 liter, 0.01, so that's like a fifth. Thermal signature, I mean, it's got a bigger thermal signature, but it's fine. It's not the end of the world. So that's just temporarily, that's what we're going to be using. Why are you not going on here? Why are we not able to add you? Oh, because I've set this as no armor, that's why. So it can't have an engine. If you set this as no armor, it's a station. Which we don't want a station, we want an actual ship. So we need a fuel storage. Let's just do a standard for now. And we've got our new swanky danky engine. Now it's not very fast, but it just needs to be because it's going to be orbiting planets for the most part. We probably should have two. Still not going very, very fast, but it just means if one breaks, we've got a spare. We probably need some more engineering spaces. I'm just throwing numbers out here for sake of it for right now. Let's add in a storage bay. That should be fine. Crew quarters, we don't need to worry because that'll just get updated. Now the only thing we might need extra is more cargo. So if we change this to a standard cargo. Ooh, 34,000. Yeah, no, we don't want that. So if we just do smalls for now. So we can add as many smalls as we want, but we also need to add that orbital mining module. So this, we don't want to be right up against the 30,000, which is what we're currently at. So let's take this off. Let's just put 2 cargo holds at the small. Then we've got 10,000-ish to play with. So we need to wait for our orbital mining module to get researched. Should we upgrade our survey ship? I don't think we need to. We should upgrade our survey ship. Let's create a new engine using the nuclear one. So we need. Oh, what's our current one? Our current engine size 1,000. So we want to keep it at a size 1000, ideally, which is a size 20 engine. Or we could go for a 40 and just have the one engine. Engine power, drop that down. Prototype that. Let's create a new hull. Hull name? No? No, I want to copy the class, that's what I want to do. I want to move this over so you guys can see. Alright, so you don't really see that edge. And we'll click through these in a second. So let's upgrade our armor. So this is the old Vindicator. This is a new copy that we're working on. So let's change the name of this. Now Vindicator, I'm assuming, is going to be another 40k battleship. No. Battle cruiser? It's going to be somewhere in here. Vindicator. So it's just an Empire name. Okay, so we will go for the Avenger. Okay, so the Vindicator, the Avenger. So the Avenger, we're going to update the armor. So we're currently at 3,000 tons. We're using 6.2 lots of conventional advanced composite armor. Update armor. So we've dropped that down to 6 rather than 6.2. To 3 rather from 6.2. That's knocked off 160 tons. We're also getting rid of our engine here. We could probably get rid of all this fuel. And then put new fuels on when we know how much room we've got to play with. So I think we were working with this one. So we're just in one engine. We are about the same speed. We've actually got a lower annual fail rate as well at the minute. We're obviously missing some stuff, but we are less in terms of weight. We can also get rid of this. We could probably add some more geological survey sensors, but we did just take off. What did we take off? We took off the fuel, didn't we? Fuel storage. What fuels have you got? You've got 534 days, 46,000 liters of fuel. With small on. Okay, so one small fuel storage on this versus 4 smalls, a fighter, a tiny. It's actually got less fuel, but it's out for the same amount of days potentially at full power because this engine's much more fuel efficient. So we don't need as much fuel to run this ship for the same amount of time, which I'm fine with. That's great. Because that also means we can now. Where is it? Geological survey sensors. We can add more of these. Can't add that many more of these, though. In fact, we can't add that many. We can't add that many of those because one of those pushes us above our 3,000. But we could get rid of an engineering space. That puts our annual fair rate up to 24 from 16. But we're not too fussed about how fast it researches. And actually, it's not like it's faster. Okay, let's try a different approach. Let's try engines. Engine power, let's try, because it was at 30% before, I think, wasn't it? 35%. This one, we want this at 40 to keep it the same. Well, we don't actually need it at 40, do we? Because what we could do, we put this as 20. Prototype that. So our current one is Tyndall thrust. Look here. So now we've got 2 of those engines on here. Annual failure at 7% is good. And it is faster. Okay, we're going to just have one size 20 engine on, I guess. Okay, what if we up that then to 30, go in the middle? This... Oh yeah, because it became a commercial engine because we went above 25 and we're below a certain threshold on there. So that first one, why are you... Oh yeah, because you're the massive engine, aren't you? Yeah, you were the big boy. So that's 13%, 1500 speed. That's pretty good. 10 years of maintenance life. We don't need that. %. Okay, that's fine. We need a bit more fuel because they're going to be out for a year. 30,000 fuel, yeah. Okay, so that's much better. So we've got one engine now. We're going faster. Let me screenshot this. Right, we're 400 kilometers a second faster. We've got less than half the maintenance, but the maintenance life is well beyond what we need it to be anyway, so that's fine. Annual fail rate is about the same. It's 18% versus 16. It can be out for about the same amount of time. Needs a few more crew. Oh no, needs less crew members hours. And ours can be out longer. Okay, that works. So then what we can do is we can add on more of these geological survey sensors. So we've gone from 1 to 4. And now what we can do is add in a couple of these. What did you have? You had 1 tiny, 1 fighter, 4 small. $3,000 tons. Okay. Annual failure rate's gone up to 36% though. If I add on another engineering space. Take off the tiny storages. Take off one of those. Just having one of those gives us a much faster ship. But it's not as fuel efficient as the big one. Let's wait and see what our next lot of research comes back with. We don't need... We can actually obsolete those as well. Prototypes. We'll keep that class for now. We'll remove that engine. We will remove you. Review. Review. It is 4:45. I'm gonna need to go shortly because I need to walk the dog, have a shower, and get ready to go out for some tea because my wife is treating me to a steak tonight. So we're gonna go out for we're gonna go out to the fire pit. Yeah, there's a steak on a stone. But we will be back tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll be carrying on with a little bit of this. Why is the... Oh yeah, because we just prototyped all this. So let's run this. So we'll be back tomorrow, playing some more of this. I might jump in and do a little bit of City Skylines as well. I just wanted to jump back into this because this is the first stream that I've done again since 2024. And I wanted to start with something easy, you know. But I've enjoyed playing this. We've been going for 3... Well, it says 4 hours and 6 minutes, but I know that the first hour of that I wasn't online because I was busy doing stuff. And then I spent half an hour eating my food. So I've probably been going about 2.5 hours, which isn't too bad. Why did you stop? Overhaul complete. Let's color that because that's... Do we need... We don't want that to stop the we don't want to see those. That's useful to see. That's useful to see. Retirement is good to see. Overhaul complete. Let's do text color green. Let's think, what are we going to do tomorrow? Tomorrow we're going to carry on exploring Sol. We've got a lot of places to explore. Should we see what our mineral situation is? Production. Okay, we've finished converting the factories as well. Beautiful. So you can see, like before, I think we had something like 2,000 build points, but just by converting half of our conventional industry into Trans-Newtonian industry, we've gone from 2,000 to 11,000, which is insane. We've got 75% of production left. Let's build a couple of these. Let's build... What did we have? We had 1,600. built 800 factories. We're building 400 mines. So that's 1,200. So we've got 400 left to play with. Okay, let's do 100 fuel refineries at 25. Let's do 100 financial centers and 50 at 12, and then that should be 50 at 13. That should be 50. And that should use up all of our remaining conventional industry. Do we have the resources to do that? It looks like we do. Governor's boosting that by 15% still. That's good. So our governor's still up and running. Research. We're about 6 months off our next research objectives. Oh, our wealth. Wealth. Well. We are now spending more than we are making. So we're actually losing money. So we do need to increase our wealth generation as well. The extra 100 financial centers will help because that's going to double our number of financial centers, which in theory doubles the number of people working in financial. It won't exactly translate, I don't think. We do have 227 available workers, so maybe it will. Maybe it will. We should probably also, once we've done this, we should probably build some more shipyards. We're going to need some mass drivers, I think, if we're going to set up some mines locally. It depends on whether or not we can... if we can do what I'm planning on doing once the orbital miner is done, then we won't need the mass drivers. But if not, then we'll need to put mass drivers down and see how we can do that. Refueling station, repair yard. We should also build more research facilities. They are expensive though. Let's leave those for now. Let's run that. Yeah, I'm going to go for another 5-10 minutes and then I will catch you all tomorrow. Oh, it's a mining module has been finished. Amazing. Right, so our amethyst mining platform now. So we can get rid of this because we... Oh, we obsoleted that. We shouldn't have done. So the sanguine engine, and we prototyped it. This one. If I just click this again, does this unobsolete it? If I close this now, does that orange warning go away? It does. Great. Cool. Right. So this is our mining vessel. There it is. Auto mining module weighs 5,000 tons. But we can mine 12 tons of mineral per year. Interesting. It's not very many. That's not very many at all, but we can just leave these in space. Like, we can build a shitload of these. If we take off the cargo holds and the cargo shuttle bays, production, yeah, so we've got a capacity of 30,000 here. So get rid of engineer. What's engineering like? Annual failure rate. Where is this? Oh, it's a commercial ship. It doesn't really matter. Well, you do need at least one engineering. There we go. So we do have an engineering space. Maintenance storage bay. We probably should have a maintenance storage bay small. We don't necessarily need 2 engines, and that gets us below our 30,000 tons. We are using a lot of fuel there as well. We don't necessarily need a lot of fuel. Because they're not going very far. And we're going to say no officers, conscript. Okay, so we've got 5 auto mines, that's 60 tons per year. Is that going to be fast enough? Oh yeah, because that's heavy. Okay, so let's get rid of one of those. Add another engine on instead. Okay, another engine? $25,000 litres of fuel. 36 tons of mineral per year. Deployment time. 5 years? Well, it's got a fuel capacity of that. So we could have... we can have it come back and refuel if it runs out of fuel. But we don't want it to overhaul all the time. We don't want it to overhaul every year because that's like ridiculous. Let's just do 12, 24, 36. 3 years should be fine. Right, 3 years. Let's build and see. We're within. We're actually quite a lot within. We could probably almost get another one. That is a shame. What would it take to get another one? No, we're too high. Let's just do that. Let's do that at, it doesn't matter, it's below, it's fine. We could actually also have it bring back the resources. Because he's bringing back. It's only mining 36 tons a year. So if we put a shuttlecraft's worth of cargo on it. It's 500-ton cargo. I don't know. I've never done this before. Right, we've got 3 auto mining modules. 3 of those. It's a commercial vessel. It's out for 3 years. It's set to no officers. It's set to conscripts. We probably don't want a whole number on it, but we'll. Do we care? Yeah, probably. Yeah, let's leave it on. Name plus number's fine. Yeah. Let's go. Let's look it. And then we need to research that. So if we grab this and we do engines, we've got 7 research fields available. Elm, go nuts. You research that. That's going to take you about 5 minutes flat. So you've done that. Beautiful. What else can you do? We might as well just start on the jump drive stuff because we are going to need that shortly. This I think is now done. That's no longer got prototype next to it, so we can actually assign that in the shipyard. So we are going to retool to the amethyst mining platform, set activity, that's done. And then we are going to do, it's going to be in the cargo fleet for right now. Let's just create one and see what happens. But I suppose eventually we're going to have a ton of these, aren't we? We should probably actually also add some slipways here. Yeah, add a slipway there, add a slipway here as well. It's fine. How's the wealth looking? Wealth is back to being in the positive. Great. Ah, great. You did it all. Fantastic. Thorium harvester is done. That's amazing. For now, let's add that because that's going to help us make better ships, and also we want yeah, we want the Transnewtonian as well. Yep, that's fine. We'll just keep going with that. Okay, the production is all done, so we've still got 100 conventional industry left. I must have miscalculated something. Let's just do another 100 mines. Oh yeah, we were going to look at the minerals, weren't we? Let's have a look. Way Nelly. Right, so let's do one here. There's not a huge amount of duranium in the area. Ganymede's got a lot of neutronium. That's good. That's good. Titania. You know what? We'll take that. C/2017 K2. We'll take that. Yeah, we'll take that as well. You will take you. We are already taking you as well. Not too fussed about you. That's fine. So this here, when I'm putting one here, it's filtering just to see they've got to have at least one Corvimite, and then it puts them in order as well, which is really easy to see. Temple Tuttle. Ooh, Titan. Bloody hell, Titan. I mean, the accessibility is fucking garbage, but we're going to create a colony for that 5 million Corvimite. Accessibility is good there, so let's grab that. That does have duranium on it as well, so let's grab that. I think the rest of that's garbage. Tritanium, rather. Ganymede, yep. You definitely. You have Mercasium as well, so you're useful. You also have a good amount of Mercasium. We're basically just going to colonize everything. That's what it's going to end up as. Puck. I said no to you before, but I'm going to actually say yes. Braille, you can fuck off. Boronide. I don't know what Boronide's used for. Swift Tuttle. Sure, grab you. Wolf. I thought we already had a colony on Wolf, but I guess not. Mimus. Yeah, we like Mimus. Stefan Otamia. You've got Galasite, so you're coming with me, dead or alive. Miranda. No, we don't care about Miranda. Although Miranda does have Iridium as well. Bit of Mercasium. I'm going to leave that for now. Let's get rid of you. One. Yeah, I need to go in like a minute. Well, 5 minutes ago, but it's fine. We've pretty much got everything here. You have a good amount of that, so we'll grab you. You, not bothered. Miranda, we're not bothered. You've got a good amount of Saurium, but we've got more Saurium, I think, on Jupiter, so we're not going to worry. Although you've got Corundium. We'll let the what am I saying? We'll let the civilian industries deal with that. Jupiter and Uranus. That's pretty good. Nujimin. We'll take Nujimin. You've got a good amount of Iridium and Saurium, so we'll grab that. Not too fussed about that. Iridium. We've got every source of Iridium, I think, that we're interested in. Corundium. Yeah, we've got all of these. These ones are the seas we've already selected as colonies. By the time you get down to this end of the list, it's pretty much already done. Galasite. Every piece of Galasite will be mine. Nah. Oh, research complete. Jump drive efficiency. So we did jump drive efficiency. We should probably do jump drive squadron size. Because I think you need jump drive squadron size and jump radius before you can build an actual jump drive. We don't need a jump drive yet, but we're going to get to it. Production, mines were done, so we're done with mines now. So our mining output is now insane. Producing a lot more than we're using. What's our wealth looking like? Wealth is substantially more than we're using. We should probably be building more things. We need like I don't know, 50 of these. I don't need 50 right now. Just do 20. 50. We should probably get more research facilities. So let's do 14. Bring us up to 30. It's going to take a couple of years to do that, but that's okay. As they get built, it's going to stop the game from running inactive labs. So, but what we can do is we can click add research labs. So when the new ones get built, assign new. So when the research labs get built, they get added to their existing capacity. And then it doesn't keep stopping us. Right, I need to go. Thank you all for checking in. Appreciate it. I've enjoyed today's stream. It's been a nice welcome back. So I'll catch you all tomorrow. Have a good time. Stay safe. Love you lots.